So of course, you know what I'm saying, eventually she was she got her, you know what I'm saying, a plate of crawfish or whatever, and I remember I went, you know what I'm saying, chill about her, you know what I'm saying. She kept asking me like, did I want to eat crawfish? But I was like, no, I tell you I don't eat because I ain't telling her the reason why. I was just like, nah, I just don't eat crawfish. You know? So after plenty of, you know what I'm saying, persuasion, you know what I'm saying, it was just once. But she like I said, she let me try one or whatever. So she gave me one, like she had filled one and she had gave me one or whatever. So you know, so I ate it or whatever. But I was like, it wasn't like I said, it wasn't the experience, you know what I'm saying, the bad experience I had. So when I ate, I was like, I said, yeah, I said, that ain't bad. It was just cold. I was like, man, give me some cold ass coffee. But you know, so other than that, like I said, it was just good vibes. Like I say, we was, you know what I'm saying, just, you know what I'm saying, chilling, you know what I'm saying, just vibing, you know what I'm saying. Cause then I know it's like, you know what I'm saying, over time, like yeah, she was cool with like one of my homeboys. She was cool with him, but at the same time, I kind of thought like it was like some stuff was kind of suspect. Would they be do like, you know, how they be, you know, around each other? But I was like, nah. Cause then I noticed, I think when I think I left to go do something, and then when I came back, she was sitting down next to him. It was like on a little curb or whatever, but she was sitting down next to him, but then she kind of like had her head like on his shoulder or whatever. Bitch, okay, that's a red flag. That's a major. But I was like, nah. I mean, I don't think it was there. Cause I think the dude, yeah, he was already messing with somebody already, so I was like, yeah, I don't think that was nothing. You know what I'm saying? I was like, sometimes friends do that, you feel me? So I ain't sure about that, you feel me? Because other than that, everything else, like, everything was a good vibe over there. So I'm like, you know what, after I went home that day, then of course the next day was Good Friday, so nobody had school. So, you know, so I went home that day, I was like, you know what, I said, man, this was just like an indication. I was like, you know what, when I go back to school Monday, you know what I'm saying, I ain't, you know what I'm saying, like, I ain't playing no games, like, I'm gonna make her mine, you feel me? So, but then, of course, like I said, Monday came, and then it was just a point, like, cause like my brother, you know what I'm saying, he didn't have to go to school, so I was to the point, I was like, man, I don't feel like going to school, so, of course, they let me stay home that day or whatever, so then I come back, you know what I'm saying, so I come back, you know what I'm saying, somebody else that, you know, I was cool with or whatever, he came, it was funny, this was suspect because, like I said, he came by me or whatever, and, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, yeah, he'll say what's up to me before him come, like, you know, in the morning time when we sit in the gym or whatever, like, he'll say what's up to me, but for him to come say what's up to me and sit down next to me, like, saying he got something to tell me or whatever, so I'm like, okay. So he sat down, you know what I'm saying? He was like, hey, so he asked me, did I like the chick or whatever? I said, yeah, I do. I said, I ain't telling him like I was about to make a mind, because I came back that Tuesday or whatever, so I ain't say like, oh, I'm finna make a mind and all that, so he was like, so he asked me, did I like her? I was like, yeah, whatever. So he was like, man, so he came in like that. He's like, oh man. I'm like, what? So he was like, he said, okay, somebody else that I was cool with, he said, I think they took the class or whatever, together or whatever, and he said somebody else that I was cool with, you know what I'm saying? Cause I like, he was a little flow too, but I know he didn't like her like that, but at the same time, like, he was like, I can't even be mad at him, because it's like, bro, you just seasoned, your opportunity was there, you just seized it, you feel me? So basically he was just saying like, yeah, dude was like, you know what I'm saying, just, you know what I'm saying, just like flirting like heavily like with her or whatever, and you know what I'm saying, doing, you know what I'm saying, he was saying like, yeah, he was putting his hands like around her waist and everything, like coming up behind her and everything, you know what I'm saying, just being flirtatious, and but he was saying like, yeah, but she wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, resisting neither, like she was like welcoming it like very good, so I'm like, really? So, but you know what I'm saying, I was just like, at first I wasn't even tripping. I was like, man, I'm like, man, you just saying stuff. But at the same time, it's like, when I said, when did all this happen? Because I forgot, you know, I didn't go to school that Monday prior. So he was like, it happened yesterday, because this was on a Tuesday. So he was like, no, this happened yesterday. So I'm like, wow. So you waited till I'm not there. That's why I took it. I was like, wow, you waited till I'm not in school to do that or whatever. So y'all already know I'm hurt. You already know I was hurt like I'm, bro. Heartbreak, bro. This, man. So I remember like say the whole day, like she came up was trying to talk to me, but you know, so nah, I was ignoring the hell out of her ass. Like, bro, it was like I was just like I had to look on my face. I'm like, bro, don't talk to me. Like, get away from me. So eventually, like I kept it up for a good 2 weeks or whatever. So eventually, I guess that she felt some kind of way. I guess that she stopped talking to me. I'm like, I bet, cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't even tripping. So but also went through my mind because I'm like, well, since you did that when I wasn't at school that day, so I was thinking about like, you know, when I said like the crawfish thing, like I said, she had her head laying on my homeboy shoulder or whatever when they were sitting down. So I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, okay, so you probably was doing something with him too or whatever. So I kind of like started feeling some kind of way towards him too, because I'm like, boy, like you were I ain't gonna say it, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say it for, you know what I'm saying, keeping it PG-13, but I'm like, boy, you a straight, like, nah, like, bro. Like, I was like, boy, you supposed to be my homeboy. That's just me going off of, you know what I'm saying, after I heard that or whatever. So I'm thinking, oh, he did something with him too or whatever. So you know what I'm saying, of course, you know what I'm saying, me and the dude I was cool with, like I said, we fell out or whatever. Because he kind of noticed, like, I was just being different, like, you know what I'm saying. So, you know what I'm saying, after that, I left it be or whatever. Nah, I was mad, but nah, like, you know, bruh. So, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna lie. You talk about Bubba was hurt. I'm talking about, man. Cause I'm sitting at home, like, literally, like, I'm reminiscing. It's just like, bro, like, where did I go wrong? Like, I understand, it's like, yeah, I took forever to, like, make my move, but then, same time, it's like, bro, like, all you had to do was just wait a few more days. I would have made my move, you feel me? But, so, over time, like I say, everybody sense, a lot of people sense, like, the distance between me and her or whatever, but y'all wasn't even tripping. I'm like, man, I'm just trying to get through this school year, you know, so I'm just focusing on my school and everything, getting through the school year, and after that, hey, it is what it is, you feel me? But of course, had to go to summer school, so I'm like, god damn it, so I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying, I'm like, well, okay, I go to summer school, do what I gotta do, you know what I'm saying, I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying, well, that last day of school, you know what I'm saying, we, like I say, it was in April, like I said, we ain't talking no more after that or whatever, so me, I'm like, so, you know, I ain't tripping. So I'm thinking that summer school, I'm like, cause she was smart, so I'm like, well, I ain't gonna see her. So, come like I say, on the first day of summer school, like I say, so I see her walking. I'm like, yeah, bruh. So, me, I'm like, bruh, like, so, but by that time it was like, I think it was in June. So, you know, so I was like, you know, I try to let it go. So I tried, like, you know, what I'm saying, back doing with, you know, what I'm saying, what I used to do, like to be playful with her, whatever. But, of course, like I say, I felt like she started acting funny or whatever. Then, so I tried doing it again. You know what I'm saying? She did the same thing. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I think it was another time. I think, yeah, she, you know what I'm saying. After, you know what I'm saying, well, after that interaction, I was like, you know what, well, straight F you then, like straight up. So I started messing with her. So then I think it was like a week and a half later that was she came to me up, like tried to speak to me or whatever. So I kind of looked at her. I'm like, man, so now you won't come up and speak to me? You know, so it was all kind of crazy stuff. So I was like, man, I ain't trying to get this, bro. So I stopped messing. You know, so I completely stopped like messing with her. So I'm like, nah, bro. Like, first of all, you did that. You know what I'm saying, with dude. Then, like I said, as I'm trying to, you know, what I'm saying, give you another shot, you acting funny. So it's like, nah, man. So of course, you know what I'm saying, the whole time the summer school, like I said, it was some tension between me and her, but you know what I'm saying. Luckily, we weren't in the same class. Just put it like that, you know what I'm saying. It was messing. Woo. But you know what I'm saying. I remember like the last week of summer school, like I said, you know what I'm saying. Matter of fact, I lied. It was on like the last. I kid you not. It was on the second to last day. You know what I'm saying. I remember, like, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, we was at lunch or whatever, like. And I think I was using like the little grabber thing to grab a piece of bread or whatever. So usually, you know what I'm saying, when you do it like that, if you got somebody behind you, you know what I'm saying, instead of just putting the thing back, you just like, nah, just give the person, you know what I'm saying, the thing or whatever, they might want it too. Or sometimes they be like, oh, I don't want a bed, so we need to put it back. But so me, you know what I'm saying, as I grab my bed, you know what I'm saying, I turn, you know what I'm saying, I'm about to get the next person, you know what I'm saying, the thing or whatever, the grabber. Yeah, I turn around. Guess who's behind me? Yes, she's behind me. So So, you know what I'm saying? I turned back, but then, like, my face kind of, like, dropped or whatever. But then, you know what I'm saying? I was able to hold it together, you know what I'm saying? Like, she ain't noticed, like, my face dropped. So, I gave it to her, you know what I'm saying? I gave it a, you know what I'm saying? To grab or whatever. But I did it, like, I gave it to him. That her, like, turned, like, you know, okay, yeah, I'm just giving you this grab with it. That's all it is, you feel me? So, cause I remember, like, like I said, I gave it to her. You know what I'm saying? You know, I went to sit down or whatever. Usually, like, say, cause some schools, crazy schools, like, usually, like, okay, they had boys sitting on one side of the table, and then they had girls sitting on the other side of the table. But in summer school, like, it was like, they threw all that out the window. Like, they literally, like, you know what I'm saying, had everybody, like, who, like, say, if a girl was sitting behind you, if a girl was standing behind you in lunch or whatever, like, they sit behind you, then, you know what I'm saying, hey, they gotta sit next to you or whatever. So, crazy. So it's like, bro, I was like, man, this stuff is wild, man. So I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? So, me, you know, so I'm sitting down, I think I was talking to one of my partners or whatever, that I was sitting next to or whatever. So, then, something like that, it didn't ring off in my mind. It's like, well, if she was standing behind me at lunch, you know what I'm saying, like, she's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, she's gonna sit next to me or whatever. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying, so I ain't really think nothing of it to, like, I ain't even feel her, like, when she came and sat down next to me. I didn't even, like, you know what I'm saying, I ain't even feel her, like, come sit there, or I ain't even sense that she about to come sit down, you know what I'm saying, so. And then I seen, like, at the corner of my eye, I was like, yeah, well, she is sitting next to me or whatever, so. Nah, this is wild, girl, like I said. Of course, she's next to me, so it's like, you know, so I kind of like looked at her, you know what I'm saying? And of course, you know, I had like a little mean look on my face, you feel me? So I'm looking at her, you know what I'm saying? But then as I can sense, like, when she about to turn her head and look at me, you know what I'm saying? I heard her, like, you know what I'm saying, turn my head or whatever. Then